like NASCAR's paying $1 million to the driver that gets the most engagement on YouTube and social media.
Yep.
So all these dudes are just like, hey, bro, can I come do the pod real quick while I'm here? And I'm like, sure, let's go.
I'm at a Gypsy.
Until we open up a lot.
And what does that look like for you?
That means like total YouTube access, a lot of appearances. Like if you look at a NASCAR deal, like look what they're doing in a week. They're going to like Vermont to go like sign at a Lowe's.
Mate, 100%.
Yeah. We're not going to do that.
That's that's like kind of a larger question of the sport. One of the things that I've kind of like floated, it was actually after talking to some of the NASCAR guys. There was a few NASCAR dudes that just like back to back did the podcast because they all had a break in the schedule. They were all coming west, and they were all like, NASCAR's paying $1 million to the driver that gets the most engagement on YouTube and social media.
Yep.
So all these dudes are just like, hey, bro, can I come do the pod real quick while I'm here? And I'm like, sure, let's go. But like, that's how serious NASCAR's taking it.
Yep.
And one of the problems with our sport is that if you live at the goat farm, you can ride Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you hop on a flight Thursday night. So there's just like unlimited time where you can be on the bike and you can get better and you can like just grind.
Yep.
And I don't think we need that.
Until that, there's certain things about our sport that have not changed in 50 years. I mean, it's just, and it's kind of like a little bit of the...
Don't change my sport, bro. It's so good how it is. You can't do it.
And two strokes, man. Two strokes are awesome. And they are awesome. I agree. But I don't know. There's
don't make rules, man. Freedom, brother. Freedom.
Let them board out, boys. Yeah, and there's certain things, and I personally wouldn't have been a rider that wanted that. I don't want to go to West Virginia to like some headquarters and
talk $1 million. Though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, especially right now. I would really like be okay with that. But yeah, the whole like riding 3 days a week, 4 days a week, to me is like, it's just because what it's been done.
Well, no, it's because everybody else is doing it, and if you don't do it, the mental equity that you would spend on doubting your decisions through the week, that's the killer.
Yep.
And all the teams that are like, they're testing and they're doing this and they're doing that.
Yep. And so that part didn't hit me until I was done racing, didn't ride for a year.
And then came back and
came back and I was like, dude, I'm still just as good. It was kind of like, there's some fitness lacking. Yeah, I'm not as sharp. There's other things, but like, wow, like, I really didn't need to ride every day in a week. So even now, it's like sometimes I don't ride every couple weeks, and I'm,
still ripping.
I'm not at a certain level, but I'm also almost 35 and don't really train that much. I mean, I guess there's a certain stigma to the amount of riding that is perceived that you need to do that I think holds it back. And it holds it back on a couple ways for me. One, the physical toll that it takes on you day to day. It's hard to go from January to October and not get hurt in some way, shape, or form. People harped on me because I was hurt. Look at the sport as a whole and tell me who's made it through a season in the last few years. It's hard. And I think part of that is riding 3-4 days a week and then racing. It's like, it's not sustainable over the long haul for the riders. It's also not sustainable for everyone else. The motor builders, right. The suspension, it is like, it creates a huge load of work. And there's times for it, for sure. Off season, put it in. But it's just, I don't know. I think until that changes and then we open to like the idea of, a little more of kind of the shaking babies and kissing hands. I don't see a lot more of that coming around. And I think, social media has been a huge part of that. It's kind of allowed people into people into other people's lives in a way. Things like this have helped a lot. But until we open up in a way of other sports, I think it's going to be hard to expect a lot else. And the other thing that I'll say is not everyone can relate to riding a motorcycle. A lot of people can relate to driving a car. A lot of people can relate to picking up a basketball.
Yeah, but also, like, look at how big MotoGP is.
True.
And it's way less relatable.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
I think that it's funny, like the NASCAR guys, they kind of, it was like light bulb moment. Like, you need to regulate something on Wednesdays. Like, there just has to be a thing that you have to do on Wednesday, which means you can't ride.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that, yeah, maybe there is like, it's a mandatory media day on Wednesday, or it's like a mandatory appearance day. And whether that's like a Skype thing, whether it's but like and again, I think that it's also a problem with just like open season of like anyone can race at any period of time. Like it just creates a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like how do you run it as a professional sport when you've got 120 dudes that rock up on any given weekend? And it's like, how do you manage 120 guys? 80 of them, you don't even know who they are. And I mean, they're probably, working jobs or living it. Like they're kind of like not the problem, but then the problem is if you can't do it for them, then you can't do it for them. And these are the guys that like actually kind of matter. But like, imagine if we went to a more locked in group of riders where there's like, you have to do something to be in this group that can race Supercross. And then if that's like a 60 rider field, that's a football team.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot easier to like manage that group of people.
Right.
And then you just say like, hey guys, like you can ride Monday, you can ride Tuesday, and Thursday, well, Friday's press day.
Yep.
Or
you got this many hours you can do in a week.
Yeah. But right now, like you could never regulate it.
Yeah,
What are you going to have like security cameras at the Star Farm and then they just go somewhere? Like it's impossible because you can build a Supercross track at your house.
Yeah.
So I think that the ticket it's like becomes this double-edged sword where it's like you tell these guys like, hey, Honda has a press girl. She's awesome. So it's like, hey, like Wednesdays, she's your boss.
Yeah.
And she reports to Sean Brennan.
Yep.
And she says, these guys had this appearance or this interview and this. And it's like, you just X out that day from their training schedule.
Yep.
And it's the same for everybody.
Yep.
Because you go to a World Supercross. Bro, Ken, Eli, all those boys didn't ride at all.
Yeah.
Didn't change the results at all.
Yeah.
They all still did the jump first lap of every practice.
Yeah.
Like, dude, and not only like you gave your list, what about the risk?
Yeah.
Dude, if you ride once a week, that's 52 times that you're riding. So let's just delete 52 chances of a catastrophic failure for all of these
and that's kind of
riders.
what I was saying about the I mean, it's work for everybody, right? Like, Supercross set of suspension's only good for like maybe 10 hours.
Yeah, true.
So your guy that's like, building your race stuff, your test stuff, your practice stuff for 2 or 3 guys is then overloaded. So
that's when mistakes can happen. It's when failures can happen.
Hey, so and so hasn't had time, so this stuff's got 15 hours on it, so it's a little soft, a little springy. Like, be careful.
Well, I know a guy who was injured in Supercross, came back, did his first ride on motocross, rode on production level suspension. So it wasn't his proper suspension because they just didn't have suspension.
Yep.
Fucking cartwheeled.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was just like, and I said to him, I was like, hey, bro, like, you have to tell the team that can never happen again.
Yeah.
Like, what if that was a career end? He got up and he was fine.
Yep.
But it's like, what if that's a career-ending injury?
Yep.
Because they just didn't have a set of suspension ready?
Yeah.
Like, dude, not on my, like, no, I'm not playing that game. And that's a numbers thing. It's exactly what you're saying. That's a numbers thing.
Yeah. And it's hard for me because I love the roots part of the sport, this kind of like greasy hands, everyone putting in overtime.
Do your own hair filter.
It's like special because
Yeah.
it creates a sense of like grit and determination that we love, you
And
know,
like
so-
relatability.
yeah, so I think we can't lose that, but at some level, we got to create a norm that is a little more sustainable, you know, because I mean, like, and I'm probably gonna get myself in trouble, but adding these super motocross rounds, it's really cool and it's giving money to the sport. But I mean, think of the race team employees that didn't get raises to go work 3 more races. It's like it's just a lot of strain. It's really difficult to sustain.
You just finished watching a clip from the full 3-hour podcast. You're on our Clips channel. The full podcast live on the Gypsy Tales podcast channel. It's linked right here. Go over to that channel, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and make sure you never miss a full episode of the Gypsy Tales podcast. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, you want to watch it on the go, you can also head to our iTunes or Spotify to get the full 3-hour podcast in audio format.
I met a gypsy.